Hi, I'm Karina, and I've been talking about my journey after my Kundalini awakened last October. And yeah, so I wanted to talk about stability and what I'm doing to ground my root chakra, or to um, what do I do when I feel like it's being blocked. And this occurred to me recently because I'm going through a huge career transformation. I went from being a software engineer, very logical, analytical kind of person, to once my Kundalini awakened, now my intuition, it just completely opened up, and I'm being guided to do some other things. Um, and so I grew up with a huge trauma wound around stability. And this is because my mom became addicted to crack when I was 6 or 7 years old, and she started abandoning me um, and my brother, who was 6 years older than me. And that was a really hard time because I never knew if my mom was going to be home or not, and often we didn't have food, or um, yeah, it was just really hard. So I had a lot of abandonment and stability. And also, she had, several abusive ex-boyfriends, and it just wasn't good. So, when I got a job as soon as I could, was walking to work. And I was so determined to find that stability that she didn't provide for, because I craved it so bad. And, went to school, started being a software engineer, did really well with logic because it just made sense and it felt safe. I didn't have to guess. There was just a clear-cut answer for me. And yeah, it seemed like every time I would reach, stability, I would have a job, be doing pretty well with money, and then I would realize that this isn't the real stability. It's just like this material, external, fake version of the stability that I was craving for. And I would burn it to the ground, like just quit, or yeah. And I've been wavering, from like doing super well to burning my life to the ground and being homeless, or depending on the help of those around me to get by. And which is not something I'm comfortable with, because I learned that you can't trust other people. And so that would, propel me to get a really nice job again. And then I'd be like, this isn't what I want. um, yeah, so now I'm in this position where I'm at the point where I would usually go for another nice software job, but I'm not going to do it. And it is, my ego is freaking out. And I've gone through, especially the past few days, as I'm literally just running out of money and not sure that I can pay rent next month, which statements like that are, just side note, statements like that aren't very good. But I'll get to that in a second. I got distracted. What was I saying? Oh, right. So, and also, I'm a super, my mind wavers a lot. I might have ADHD or whatever. I don't know. I don't like to getting distracted again. So I had, so I had a few days of going from just feeling fucking hopeless, like I'm going crazy. I need to go get a job. Um, to remembering the bliss and the security and the feeling of being welcomed by the universe when I was in states of samadhi. And this has been so helpful. When you feel like this, well, for one, you're probably not grounded, which I think I said is the reason why I was making this video, so I'll talk about that. And also, too, I mentioned in a previous video that when I was feeling really vulnerable, just to remember the the times when I felt so safe and secure, and remembering that the reason why I could feel that is because that was me. That's part of me. Anytime we recognize a quality in someone else or something else, it's because we're reflecting that. So if you've ever had those experiences, and you likely have, since you're probably watching this because you had a Kundalini activation or awakening or whatever they want to call it, just go back and remember, like, the world wants you to be happy. The world wants to provide for you. And before my awakening, I didn't believe that. I never felt it. I had moments of looking at trees and feeling so grateful that I could be in their presence. Maybe in a past life I was a tree. I don't know. But yeah, just when you don't feel stable, recall when you did. And if you don't have those moments, maybe imagine what it feels like to be stable. And here are some very useful tips that kind of sound extreme. Or it's why I'm feeling so great right now. And, yesterday I was feeling like, what am I doing? So our root chakra is, like the hips, and that's also like the sacral, but like dancing. Okay, dancing doesn't sound extreme, but what I started doing is going in the morning time as early as I can before I look at the UV index to make sure it's not too crazy because I burn. So ideally, the first few hours after sunrise are when you want to be out in the sun. And so I'm so grateful that I live in a secluded area. I don't have to worry about other people just coming up to me or seeing me. So I took my clothes off, got nude, and just let my Shakti energy decide what to do. And before I knew it, I was just moving my hips a lot and dancing and exposing my genitals to the sunlight, and just soaking in that energy from the sun. And you could just feel not just stability, but just the desire for life coming back. And wow, I just, what a difference. Yesterday I made a video just bawling my eyes out and wasn't sure if I should post it, and I was just rambling. I ramble anyway, but yeah, I decided not to post it. And then today, after a couple days of doing half an hour being naked in the sun, soaking up the energy into your root chakra, and then dancing, moving my hips a lot, then I just felt like, the world gave me my life back. And so I wanted to share that with you. I think that it could be helpful, especially if you find the time. It's such a shame that we have, people get these. I grew up, anytime like someone really shamed me for my body. And so I never wanted to move my hips. And now it's just like, that's your stability, So Is that all I was going to talk about? I feel like there is something else I wanted to say, so give me a minute to think. um, well, I don't really want to think right now, so um, yeah, I guess I'll just leave it at that. And yeah, just remembering, feeling like the world supports me. Oh, and the world wants me. I remembered. The world wants me to pursue what I love. It wants me to be in this state of freedom and bliss, if you want to call it that. I hear that the bliss you can get addicted to. Still not quite, don't think I'm at that point. But yeah, following your passion and trusting that the earth is going to provide for you if you choose to do so. Not getting stuck in this like fear-based thing that you have to work hard to survive, which is another idea that was instilled to me in childhood, or probably past life idea that I brought over, which is why I experienced it in that such an intense child way as a child. Yeah, so now I feel great, and I'm gonna go. My neighbors brought me fresh eggs and one of their first zucchinis, so I'm gonna go make that, and yeah, have a day. Yeah, I'm gonna have a day. You have a great day. I'll have a great day. All right, bye.